He doesn't like doing pull-ups, so he does them anyways. He doesn't like running, so he does it anyway. He doesn't like stretching for 2 hours a day, so he does it anyway. Callousing your mind is what this clip is about. We're at episode 1080, Joe Rogan Experience, featuring the infamous David Goggins. I'm Coach Colin, coolest high-performance coach in the world. And if you want the best insights to the podcasts and videos you love, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it.
Some out.
You don't like doing them, so you got to do them.
That's my whole life.
Isn't it like someone gets drunk on a certain whiskey? Like if they smell it, they'll get disgusted. Like
Right.
It's like Jägermeister or something like that. If they smell it, and they'll, ugh.
Right.
Is that what it's like with you with chin-ups?
With a lot of
with
things.
pull-ups?
With a lot of
with
things.
a lot of things
Yeah.
now, right?
I don't like running. I don't like, and people don't believe it, but you know, I was a big guy twice in my life. So hence the reason why I just don't like running, man. It hurts. It's brutal. It sucks going out, and I'm gonna be gone for 2 hours, or I'm gonna be gone 39 hours.
Right.
Running on a 1 mile track. Who the fuck? I'm not crazy, man. That shit sucks. I mean, you know, people put me in this category of, you must be some crazy guy who loves
Right.
it. No, man. No, that's why I do it, though. That's the only way to callous your fucking brain, man. It's the only way to get hard in life. People take these classes on mental toughness. Like even SEALs, you have a class about visualization, self-talk, eat an elephant one bite at a time, breathing control. Yeah, roger that. You got to put yourself in a hellacious situation. It's a lifestyle. How are you going to react? How are you going to react? Like all that training goes out the fucking door when you're in the fucking cold water and you're fucking miserable, and it's the first hour of 130 hours of Hell Week, and that first wave goes over your head, and you're the coldest you've been in your life, and your mind goes from hour 1 to hour 130. All that fucking self-talk and shit, dude, you ain't thinking about that. You think about getting the fuck out of here. But if you live this shit on a daily basis and you know how to calm your mind down, the self-talk will help. All that stuff will help. But usually we react. We have pain, we have suffering, we react. And we react about, get the fuck out of here. We got to go. It's those people who are able to control that fucking feeling of fucking flight and say, nah, motherfucker, there's a way through this. It's not going to be here forever. I'm not cold right now. I went through 3 of them. I'm not cold now. I'm in a nice warm studio with you. You got to think about that shit. The shit's going to end. It's going to end, but we don't know that. We don't think that. At that time, it's going to last forever. And then you get to sit back on Friday with everybody walking across the, you know, back on the grinder, all the 16, 17, 18 guys that graduated Hell Week, and you get a chance to watch these guys victorious. And then you get the chance to think about that. You take that hot, warm shower, first thing that comes to your fucking mind is, why the fuck did I quit? So what keeps me going? I've quit several things. I know what's on the back end of fucking quitting. And it's a lifetime of thinking about, why the fuck did I do that? And I ain't fucking doing that no more.
Woo! David Goggins, man. Guy is inspiring. And it's so true. You and I, we both know what's on the other side of quitting. I don't even need these headphones. We know what's on the other side of quitting. We know. You know. You've quit things before. You know how it feels. You know it feels like shit. So it's like, why not explore what's on the other side of just pushing yourself further than you've ever gone before? You know, see what that feels like. And if it feels just as shitty as quitting, lesson learned. But it never does. I love that he used those guys as an example. You know, the graduating class, victorious, because that's what it feels like. Victory never feels as shitty as quitting. Your body might be beat up. Your mind might be drained. But you still feel like you were victorious. Whereas when you quit, your body might feel beat up. Your mind might feel drained. But you get no victory out of it. None. That's the biggest. Like, I just had that epiphany. I don't have this shit written down. That's the epiphany. Either way, you're gonna feel drained and beat up. So it's like you might as well have a reward, or a badge of honor, or some kind of valor along with it. It's fucking perfect, man. And it's like, what else in life have you backed down from? What else in life have you actually looked at and said, oh, I can't do this, and just straight up back down? You know? Go towards that thing. Like what? Like If you could figure out the 3 hardest things that you're avoiding in your life and go towards them and push yourself to actually achieve those things, to get good at those things, your life will be all the better for it. You will never walk up to something that you're lousy at, get good at it, get proficient at it, and then feel like, oh man, I hate that I have this new skill. I hate that I have this new ability. Never. Never. So it's like every single time, like he said, wasn't good at running. David Goggins wasn't good at running. Couldn't run a quarter mile. Now, if you ask him how many miles he's ran, he'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know. 10,000. He got like, you look up David Goggins online, it says American runner. Like, got good at it. And it changed his life. He became an athlete. Like, you see what I mean? Like, he didn't like pull-ups, wasn't good at it. Did 67,000 pull-ups to prep to break the world record for 4,000. Then became a world record holder. Wasn't good at it, took it to the point where he had a world record in it. You see what I mean? Wasn't tough mentally. Took himself to the point where now he's David Goggins. And when I say his name, you're like, oh yeah, David Goggins, true. You see, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And you can apply that to so many different people who are just so respected in the world right now. It's like, look at Joe Rogan when he first started his podcast. Wasn't good at it. Now, #1 in the world. Used to be scared and got beat up and then decided that he was going to get into fighting. Ended up winning the US Open in Taekwondo. Like, how far can you take the things that you're not good at? How far, like, what's possible if you just decide to embrace the things that you're not good at, embrace the things that you're afraid of, and walk into them like you're not afraid, walk into them like, I'm going to learn, go through the process, callous your mind. What's possible for you? And I know maybe because you've given up so many times in life, you feel like there's not much possible for me. But it's like, you don't fucking know that, man. You know, think about the times you've quit and you can think that. But think about the times that you've pushed through on certain things and have actually achieved. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's it. He calls it embrace the suck. You know? And I think that's a valuable lesson for everybody. Just embrace what you suck at. Bro, there was a time where I didn't know shit about cameras. I didn't know shit about lighting. And bro, there was a time where I couldn't even update my own resume on a computer. And I had to go to my friend. This is real. I had to go to my friend and say, hey man, my buddy Hank. I love you, Hank. I would go to him and say, hey, can you update my resume for me? And he would be like, sure. He'd be like, why don't you just, I'd be like, I can't. I don't know how. And I wouldn't face it. I wouldn't face it and just learn. I'd be like, oh, I always mess it up. Oh, I can't. Now I do all of my work on computers. I know how to edit videos. I know how to edit audio. I know how to do things. I know how to build websites. Like, I know how to do stuff now. I embraced it. I stepped into it and got as good as I can. And I'm nowhere near the best, but I'm so much better than I was. There was a time, I'm telling you, I read at like a 7th grade level, maybe even 6th grade level. Like, it was so hard for me to read a sentence. Like, reading a paragraph would take minutes. Now I read every day out loud, and it's like the way that I'm talking now is how I can read. Every day I just did it. Every single day. That's it. Just embrace the things you're not good at and just see where it takes you. Because it might be some unfathomable place. It might change your life. It might become your career. It might become, you know what I mean? All right, guys, we're coming up on 10 minutes. I'm out. Try some shit.